Hi, what's up, guys? So, after a while, I'm finally making a video. Um, I have been doing a lot of shit, and I am not using the same strategy as I did before. So I've been making my own model. Like, I still use the ICT and SMC concepts, but like a different model. I'm not using the TJR anymore because it was kind of ass. So, like, let's get into the trade I took today. I will try to be more consistent, but it's kind of hard, bro. I got a lot of shit to do every day, bro. So like we had like okay, so let's start with the bias. Um, so I kind of had a bullish bias because like everyone says when you're at all-time highs, like just long, bro, long that bitch. But like I was trying to wait for the market open because I wanted to see if we gonna make any manipulation. Um, because like my model, basically I need internal manipulation to happen so I can expect like a distribution. So fractal from the 15 minute is the 1 minute, but like I didn't really use fractals here because like I didn't even have any PD arrays to target because we were at all-time highs. So I was just on the 1 minute, and like we made an SMT here, we made the CISD here. So what I was thinking at this point is like I think we can go short, but like I need more confirmation because I can't just enter off this CISD because like an SMT and CISD without a real bias and a PD array is kind of like unrealistic to target these lows. So I was waiting, and like I saw that this was the fair value gap that we were bouncing off of. So I was just waiting for us to break this and to make a CISD with that. And then I basically just entered. My logic was that this was like basically the order block, so the CISD, so that was the protected high. Even though this was more of a protected high, I didn't believe that we should go above this based on the fact that this now becomes a whole fair value gap. And if we retest this range, we should bounce off before getting to that high because I didn't want to see any internal manipulation anymore because it wasn't logical to me. So, oh, just so I mentioned, uh, with the SMT, we could like project the standard deviation from like the manipulation leg to like the breaker block. So we did that and it lined up perfectly with the daily open. This is the daily open, and it lined up with the 830. So I was looking for this to just displace, and here I went break even. Then I started trailing my stop when we made another CISD here. I put my stop above the CISD, so above the, how do you say, propulsion block or above the order block, it doesn't really fucking matter. And then I was just waiting for us to hit the final TP, which was at the daily open. But now the one thing that I could have done was target this low. I had it marked out as well, because like this is all engineered liquidity, generated liquidity, and I was like we could have targeted that, but as you see we have to make a retracement and go lower, and NQ is like really bullish, was really bullish, and I wasn't expecting us to go that low because we're at all-time highs, bro. You should just be longing that shit. So I just took all the contracts off here before the daily open at sell side liquidity, right? The accumulation. There was not really engineered liquidity, but there was inefficiency that we had to fill. We had the equilibrium of this range that we had to fill. And if you go in the 15 minute or like the 1 hour, whatever, you had this range to fill. And the sell side the sell side liquidity that we had here lined up perfectly with this equilibrium. So I knew this trade is like nice as fuck. This is an A+ setup. So I just took that bitch, and yeah, we got to the midnight, and now you could be like a problem here is, wait, so we hit the minus 2.5 here. So you would be thinking, because we made an SMT here as well, like from this low to this lower low, and from this low to this higher low, or no, from this low to this higher low, and you would be expecting for this SMT to hold and for us to inverse this, but like again, I was like, because of this minus 2.5, I was kind of like tripping, right? So, and because we went so fucking low, we dumped so hard on ES, like I didn't want to like force trades on NQ again. But you could take this trade if you would make a CISD here, and because we inverse this gap, this is not a fair value gap with this. I would just put my, like, if we make a CISD here, I'd put my stop like here or here, and I target the -4, because like we're at all-time highs, we finna make more highs. So like this is the shit you could take today. I even took a pre-market trade, but like before market opened, I just exited this bitch and it would hit my TP. But like this was like little risk. This was just like $80 of risk, because like I trade just on market opens. So yeah, this is basically what I took today. And I don't think you really had any other opportunity to take today besides this, because we had news at 4 and I was pretty skeptical because of news as well, because most of the time when we have 10 a.m. news, we'd have to wait for 10 a.m. news to like hit, and then we could trade, because like most of the time it's choppy. We're generating liquidity before like doing the actual move for 10 a.m. news. So I was expecting that, but when I saw this opportunity, I had to take it. Like it's a really good trade. I don't think I have anything else to say. So yeah, hope this helped. I'ma see you in the next one. If y'all have any questions, drop them down below. And yeah, let's make some bread, bruh.